You eat less. You exercise. You try to be disciplined. But somehow, the scale barely moves. Meanwhile, someone else seems to eat whatever they want and stays lean. So you start thinking, my metabolism must be slow. But what if that's not the real problem, and some of the things you're doing to lose weight are actually making it harder? Because your body adapts. And once you understand how, you'll understand why simply eating less isn't always the answer. Let's break it down. First, what does slow metabolism actually mean? Most people mean I don't burn as many calories as I should. But your metabolism isn't a switch that is simply fast or slow. Your body is constantly using energy, even while you sleep. But here's the part most people miss. Your body adapts to what you repeatedly do. If you eat less for a long time, move less, or lose muscle, your body may eventually use less energy than before. And then you think, see, my metabolism is broken. But your body may not be broken. It may simply be adapting. And that's actually good news. Because if your habits helped create the problem, your habits can help change it. Think about your average day. Maybe you train for 1 hour and feel like you've done your part. But what happens during the other 23 hours? You sit at work, in the car, and on the couch. You take the elevator. And when you start dieting, this can get worse. You eat less. You feel more tired. And without realizing it, you start moving less. Fewer steps, more sitting. So you think, but I'm exercising, why isn't this working? Because your workout is only one small part of your day. Your entire day matters. And the solution isn't necessarily another brutal workout. It may simply be, move more. Walk more, take the stairs, stand up regularly, and get more daily steps. But here's another trap, trying to eat as little as possible. People think, if eating less helps me lose weight, eating even less must work better. So they cut calories, skip meals, and eliminate foods they enjoy. At first, the scale drops, and you think, it's working? Then reality hits. You're hungry, tired, your workouts feel harder, cravings get stronger, and you move less. Eventually, you overeat. The weight comes back, and you blame your metabolism. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Your metabolism may not have failed. Your strategy did. Fat loss requires a calorie deficit, but it doesn't require starvation. You need a deficit you can actually maintain. The goal is to lose fat and keep the results. And that brings us to another problem, the scale. When your weight goes down, you don't automatically know what you lost. It could be fat, it could be muscle. And losing muscle is exactly what you don't want. Because the goal isn't just to become lighter. You want to become leaner, while keeping as much muscle as possible. That's why strength training matters. Lift weights. Challenge your muscles. Eat enough protein. Avoid extreme diets that make muscle harder to maintain. You want a better body in the mirror. Now let's talk about something uncomfortable. You may be eating more than you realize. And no, that doesn't mean you're undisciplined. Small things can add up. A sugary drink, a handful of snacks, extra sauce, a bigger portion, a few bites while cooking, or a restaurant meal on the weekend. None feels like a big deal, but together they can change your calorie intake. So, if you genuinely don't know how much you're eating, track your food for a short period, just long enough to see what your normal intake actually looks like. Because there's a big difference between, I can't lose weight, and I don't know how much I'm eating. Now here's another piece people underestimate, sleep. You can have a great diet and workout program, but if you're constantly exhausted, everything becomes harder. You move less, training feels harder, and staying consistent becomes difficult. Sleep won't magically boost your metabolism overnight, but getting around 7 to 9 hours when possible makes it much easier to follow the habits that actually matter. Maybe your metabolism really is slower than someone else's. That's possible. People differ in body size, muscle mass, age, genetics, and activity. But here's where people make a mistake. They turn that difference into an excuse. My metabolism is slow, so there's nothing I can do. Wrong. You don't need a metabolism hack. You need to stop working against yourself. Move more, strength train, eat enough protein, choose filling foods, avoid crash diets, sleep properly. Your body responds to what you repeatedly do, over and over again.